Hello students, welcome to our second module of class 8 History, our past 3, chapter 12 India after independence. In this module, we will discuss about the reorganization of states and the nation 60 years and on. So let us begin. Back in the 1920s, the Indian National Congress, the main party of the freedom struggle, had promised that once the country won independence, each major linguistic group would have its own province. However, after independence, the Congress did not take any steps to honor this promise, for India had been divided on the basis of religion. Despite the wishes and efforts of Mahatma Gandhi, freedom had come not to one nation but to two. As a result of the partition of India, more than 1 million people had been killed in riots between Hindus and Muslims. How could the country afford further divisions on the basis of language? So, both Prime Minister Nehru and Deputy Prime Minister Vallabhbhai Patel were against the creation of linguistic states. Many linguistic groups such as Kannada, Malayalam and Marathi-speaking people started agitations for the formation of linguistic states. The strongest protest came from the Telugu-speaking districts of what was once the Madras Presidency. As a result, the Telugu-speaking areas were separated from Madras Presidency, and on 1st of October 1953, a new state of Andhra Pradesh came into being. The creation of Andhra Pradesh paved the way for similar demands from other linguistic regions. Therefore, a state's reorganization commission was appointed with a view to suggest the reorganization of states on a more logical basis. This commission gave its report in 1955. As a result of this, changes were made in the boundaries of existing states in 1956. The Indian Union was reorganized into 14 states and 6 union territories. However, many sections of the people were still dissatisfied. The demand for linguistic reorganization of states continued. The state of Gujarat came into being on 1st of May 1960 by separating Gujarati-speaking areas from the former Bombay Presidency. The Marathi-speaking areas were given a new name, Maharashtra. In 1966, the old Punjab state was divided into two states, Punjab and Haryana. As a result, the state of Haryana came into existence. Later on, a few more states were carved out of the states of Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. These states were Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Tripura, Nagaland, Mizoram, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand and Telangana. At present, India has 28 states and 9 union territories. India's foreign policy. After independence, India established diplomatic relations with almost all the countries of the world, including her neighbors. India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was also the foreign minister, prepared India's foreign policy, keeping in view the rivalry and bloc politics of the two giant powers, that is the United States of America and the USSR. He adopted the policy of non-alignment and maintained equal distance from the two power blocs. Jawaharlal Nehru was one of the pioneers of the non-aligned movement, which urged all countries not to join any of the two power blocs. These countries often tried to prevent war by taking a humanitarian and moral stand. Now let us discuss what is the planning for development in the new independent nation. Lifting India and Indians out of poverty and building a modern technical and industrial base were among the major objectives of the new nation. In 1950, the government set up a planning commission to help design, execute suitable policies for economic development. There was a broad agreement on what was called a mixed economy model. Here, both the state and the private sector could play important and complementary roles in increasing production and generating jobs. What specifically these rules were to be, which industry should be initiated by the state and which by the market. How to achieve a balance between the different regions and states was to be defined by the Planning Commission. In 1956, the second five-year plan was formulated. This focused strongly on the development of heavy industries such as steel and on the building of large dams. These sectors would be under the control of the state. This focus on heavy industry and the effort at state regulation of the economy was to guide economic policy for the next few decades. This approach had many strong supporters but also some vocal critics. Now let us see what India has achieved in the past 7 decades of its independence. On 15th August 2017, India celebrated 70 years of its existence as a free nation. In this 70 years, India has seen many achievements as well as failures. If we discuss about the success during these 70 years, India still is a united and a democratic country. There is unity in diversity. There is a free press and an independent judiciary. To talk about the failures during this period, deep divisions persist despite constitutional guarantees. The untouchables or the Dalits face violence and discrimination. There are clashes between different religious groups in many states. The gulf between the rich and the poor has widened over these years. The constitution recognizes equality before the law, but in real life some Indians are more equal than others, judged by the standards it set itself at independence. The Republic of India has not been a great success, but it has not been a failure either. Let us rewind what we have learned today. Prime Minister Nehru and Deputy Prime Minister Vallabhbhai Patel were against the creation of linguistic states. On 1st of October 1953, the new state of Andhra Pradesh was created. In 1950, the government set up a planning commission to help design and execute suitable policies for economic development. Let us see what you have grasped today. Here are some questions for you. Your question number 1 is, the government of India formed the planning commission in the year. And the options are A. 1946, B. 1947, C. 1948 or D. 1950. And the correct answer is D. 1950. Your second question is, the new state of Andhra Pradesh came into existence on. And the options are A. 1st of October 1953, 15th August 1947, C. 26th January 1950 or D. 10th November 1960. And the correct answer is A. 1st of October 1953. Your third question is, how many states and UTs exist in India at present? The options are A. 25 states and 7 UTs, option B. 26 states and 7 union territories, option C. 27 states and 8 union territories, or option D. 28 states and 9 union territories. The correct answer is D. 28 states and 9 union territories. It's practice time now, and here is some homework for you. Question number 1 is, after independence, why was there a reluctance to divide the country on linguistic lines? The second question is, how was economic development of India visualized in the early decades after independence? Question number 3 is, what do you understand by the term mixed economy? In our next module, we will move to Resources and Development, Chapter 5, Industries. Till then, take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.